Hey, everybody. Brandy Von Holten here. I am here now for our Tuesday Facebook Lives that I'm also uploading to YouTube because it's helpful to get all the information out there about country tough trail versatility and everything about Von Holten Ranch. All right, so we are done with going through the rule book. Let's talk about the facility of Von Holten Ranch, and then next week we will talk about how the scoring happens for country tough trail versatility. Now next week you're really going to want to pay attention because we talk about how you can take different amounts of raw points from ranch horsemanship, trail riding, and obstacles and make them all even, and then make it to where all of them are combined for a versatility. So it's going to be really helpful to know the behind the scenes math that we're doing, okay? All right, and it's not funny math, it's not new math, it's old math, so it actually makes sense, okay? There's a little teacher joke for you. All right, so let's talk about Von Holten Ranch and how the facility works, okay? So, whenever I'm moving my footstool, okay, I don't want you to think I farted if you heard that. Okay, so anyways, okay, sorry, I'm a little bit sore and tired, so I'm kind of goofy. All right, so you should call and already have a reservation before you arrive, okay? And we require that you pay 50% down. Now then, you don't pay the taxes until you're here on the rental. Okay, so if you're going to stay 2 nights in an electric site and you got 2 stalls, that's $30 a night for the electric site and $10 a night per stall. Since you're paying half, it'll be $30. And then stall makes $40, and the second stall makes $50. So your deposit would be $50. You would pay the other remaining $50 whenever you got here, plus the tax on the rental for the 2 nights. And then we would also add any, if you needed to buy bedding from us, so that would go onto that bill also. Okay, so whenever you make a reservation, you have 10 days to pay your deposit. If not, then we consider your I gotta fly. Usually I'll start dunning you to be like, hey, are you going to come because you haven't paid your deposit? You should pay your deposit within 10 days because then I don't have to take the additional time to try to get in touch with you because we're holding a spot for you, okay? So there's that. We love cash, of course. Cash is queen, right? And then we take checks. We have, you know what? We've been open for 10 years. We've had 2 people ever write us a check that didn't clear, and they actually made it good before it went through the bank. So, like, our clients do not write us bad checks, okay? It's just not the people that we attract. Then we do take cards. We're going to charge you what we lose, okay, which is 3%. So there's what we take. We do take cash. Okay, so we don't do Venmo. We don't do cash apps. Okay, we don't do any of that stuff. We don't even do PayPal as of right now. We've got to get that set back up. I was thinking about, I use a program called Kajabi for our websites, and I was thinking about trying to set up a few deposit links through there. But we prefer for people to send us a check because then there's a line, you know, like a paper trail. So we just have a lot of irons in the fire, and it just makes everything easier. So there's about deposits. Now then, whenever you're going to show up, sometimes we have people that are like, hey, oh, we brought an extra horse. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure you tell us, you know, in advance how many horses that you're bringing. And if you're not going to use all the stalls, then you've got to let us know because we have such a tight ship running this year. We're going to run out of stalls as well. So if you end up like, man, we've got it's like a really tight grid to have all of those stalls and electric sites all working together. I mean, seriously, it usually takes 2 adults to sit down to like hammer that out. We are going to charge you a stall or a a tax stall fee if you don't tell us that you don't need that stall, because we've already like arranged everybody's life around it. So just got to make sure and get those numbers right, because it helps the whole flow. Because we might have somebody that had to go to a different barn because they needed one more stall, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to tell you. So just try to help us out. It makes everything flow better. But we know life happens. We're not going to be mad. We're going to be like, girl, you should have told us. And you're going to be like, I forgot. And we'll be like, we still love you. You know, so not a big deal. All right. Whenever you get here, we're going to check your Coggins, and then don't be the person that's like, oh, that's a dead disease. No, it's not. It happens every year in Missouri, okay? And it's the rule. So we're going to check your Coggins. You can have an electronic copy or you can have a paper copy. You just have to have one that is current, okay? So Coggins, you'll do a waiver. The waiver's only for one time a year. If you ever are going to be here by yourself, or not come with someone, it's really beneficial if you give us an emergency contact on there. And if you are here by yourself, you need to tell us if you got some medical issues, like, I don't know, if you're deathly allergic to bees and you have an EpiPen, you need to not keep that a secret, okay? You need to like tell us these big things so we can look out for you, okay? Or if you've had seizures before or something like that, just let us know, because you're away from your family, and especially if you're here by yourself, we need to know like big medical stuff, okay? So there's that, and it's beneficial to give us a phone number so we can get people, you know, we can contact your family, okay? So waiver, Coggins. Whenever the first building that's on your right, not the one on your left, there's a pink horse there, and there's a grid that tells you your stall numbers and your electric site. And there's a map right there to tell you where you're at. So make sure and don't be like, oh, hey, I decided to, instead of going to campsite 7, I like 6 better. And since I got here earlier, I thought I could take it. Heck no, don't be doing that stuff, because we've already got, there might be a family of 2 with 2 trailers, and you just split them up, okay? So don't be doing all that, okay? You got to go where you're assigned, and if you got an issue, you got to come tell us, and we'll see if we can fix the situation. But I know in CT2V, we're not going to be able to fix I don't think we're going to be able to fix any situations, tell you the truth, because it's, we're going to be maxed out. Okay, you can go ahead and go to your RV site, and then we have cameras and stuff up, aka you're not going to want to just pee, even if it's like 10 o'clock at night. You're not going to want to be doing that stuff, because if we ever have to check a camera for something, I don't want to have to see you pee, okay? So, all right, truth, right there, I just totally helped you out. Anyways, you can go ahead and go to your electric site, and then we'll come around and do the whole waiver and check the Coggins thing, and then get your horses put into your stalls. If you're able to put the shavings in there before the horse, that would be appreciated. And then we do have a map, which we've got to get that updated. I'm hoping to do that before the first CT2V, because we had sold a little bit of land, but then we were able to lease it back. And so the people that are living on the land, they only want to winter in Missouri, so they're gone the bulk time that we're open. So we will there's a new fence put up, and then the gates are open because we're able to ride the trails over there. We had to remark some of them. But then whenever our new neighbors, which we love, are at their house, then that will be closed, and we'll be like, oh, hey. So there's like 2 variations of the trails that are on the east side of our property. Okay, so there's that. Then we have, so a couple of rules. We don't want you to be cantering or trotting while you're in camp, okay? Because a lot of times it's too much added chaos, and you're going to be wrecking other people's horses. So make sure you're not doing that. You don't want to be running into camp. If I ever see somebody running into camp, I think a disaster's happened, and then I'm on high alert to get to them as fast as I can, because I'm thinking they're coming in because they need help. Okay, so don't run your horse, because it adds energy to the other animals, and energy equals chaos, and chaos equals people getting hurt. So let's not do that. Our shower house, the doors don't close themselves. They, you know, a lot of times when you walk out of a commercial building, it has closers on there and they'll close themselves. Ours don't have that because the door's so heavy, so you're going to have to actually close it, and you're going to want to do that, or that climate controlled bathroom that we provide for you is going to suck. It's going to be hot, or it's going to be cold, and there's going to be bugs in there, and it's going to be your fault if you don't close the door. Okay, so there's that. We have sewer laterals. So it's the things that there's pipes underneath the ground, and it allows the water to dissipate into the ground. Y'all love having indoor plumbing, and to keep that working well, you cannot ride your horses on top of the sewer laterals, because you'll collapse those pipes and it'll make the sewer system not work well, and then nobody's having a good time then. So make sure and don't ride your horses on top of the sewer laterals. They are on the opposite side of the guest shower house anyways, so they're not even in an area that's marked for you to ride. Okay. Now then, the etiquette on the arena, we'll talk about that for a little bit. You should leave the gate closed. Like, of course you can go in there, you got to open it and close it to get in, but then close it. Don't be somebody that leaves it wide open. It's kind of heavy, and it will make the whole arena kind of sag. Okay. And then plus we'll never ask you, like, we're not barrel racing. We're not going to have you running out of the arena, because that adds chaos to that area. Okay, we've got people with young horses, green horses. We've got people that don't want to break a hip. So we're not going to be running out of the arena. Okay, there's that. If your horse poops in the arena, we've got manure forks up there and little cute wheelbarrows. And you need to get that for me, because I don't want to spend hours picking up the poop from your horse, because we're already allowing you to ride in a $250,000 arena at no additional cost. So don't make it like cost me money to allow you to ride in the arena. Okay, money and time. I don't want to pick up your horse's poop. But speaking of your horse's poop, okay, we most definitely want you to leave your stalls dirty only. Here, make sure you hear the second half of this sentence, okay? There is a tip box at that guest shower house. There's a metal box, and you can slide money in the top for ice. And then there is a box to leave your stall dirty. Make sure you know it's 2024. Don't be trying to leave like $2 or $3 to clean that stall. You need to leave a little bit more money. Okay, there's that. Let's see here, our horses, okay, so our horses we have a couple of pastures for our animals, so it's in your best nature, it's in your best intentions to not go up and sniff noses with our horses. So think about this right here. Your animal lives at your house, and you probably go camping however many times a year. What, like 4 times, 5 times, whatever. Competitions, whatever. Your animals, maybe if you are really, burning some tires, okay, you might take them somewhere 10 times a year. That's a lot, right? Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know what you're doing. But my horses see different horses every weekend. And a lot of horses, okay? My horses are like school teachers. They've got a pretty good immune system, because they've been around everything, okay? And we're going to start moving them away from people more. But do you know how many people come up here and be like, oh, your horse wanted to say hello? And then they're just like, blah, 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 like rubbing noses on each other. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you just exposed my herd to your whole herd's, microbiology. And then you just did the same thing with thousands of horses by doing that to ours. So you shouldn't be rubbing noses. And that's something that we do with our stalls. We don't have community water, because that's just gross, okay? we don't want to be sharing slobber, horses sharing slobber with each other, because you could just, it'd be a fast way to pass things around. I used to actually teach microbiology, so like that's a benefit for y'all. You need to bring your own water buckets, your own feed buckets, and then don't be a ding-a-ling with the water hose. You don't want to put the end of that water hose down into your bucket and then let the water come up over that water hose. If everybody did that, then that's the same thing as all those horses French kissing, okay? So you want to make sure that you keep the tip of that water hose and don't submerge it, okay? So just talking about some proper etiquette there. I think that's about it. If you ever see any issues in the bathroom, you got to let me know, because on the weekends it's going to be me. Okay, it's going to be me that's fixing that. So just make sure and come and find David and I. Actually, if it's really bad, it's going to be David, because I'll throw up. Okay, so anyways, that's about it. Von Holten Ranch, we have been open. We opened in 2014, so we'll be open this year in 10 years in September. I love what we're doing, and it seems to be working pretty well, and people are, this is just our second year of not having an office, and we just tell you where you're camping, and then we come to you. That seemed to work really well, and the people that were return clients, most of them really liked it because it took less time and they were able to get their horses out of their trailers faster. So that was really nice, especially in those hotter months. That was really nice. Let's see here. In each one of the bathrooms, I'm going to have these plastic sleeves in there that have some of our upcoming events. And that's not for you to take that, because then nobody else would get to see the flyer. Take a picture of it with your phone. That seems to work really well. But man, we're just, we love what we're doing. And for people that are new to CT2V or new to Von Holten Ranch, I'm Brandy. The person in the back is Becca. This is her 5th day working as our facility manager. And she's going to be learning stuff for probably 2 months. Every day we're so used to doing everything on our own that we don't even remember what all we've got to teach somebody else. So she's going to be helping us out. She's here full time, but she is off on the weekends unless she needed us to adjust her schedule. So anyway, still just going to be David and I. But we really like what we're doing, and we don't attract people that are nuts or difficult or rough. We don't attract any of that. We're pretty calm. My husband used to be a safety director, and then I was a school teacher, and I also used to do full contact fighting. And so I'm just kind of, I guess I can't say used to, because I'm actually competing again this year. We both enjoy doing mounted archery. My husband's more of a construction, well, he's not more. He's a construction guy. He's a wood guy. He's a builder. He's not really a cowboy, but he makes a whole bunch of cowboying possible, okay? So his family has owned this land since 1906, and we're the 4th generation to own it. We bought it in 2013, at the end of 2013, and then opened the ranch in 2014. And now you're getting to see, if you're just now finding out about us, then you're going to get to see like a polished-ish version, okay? So 10 years of growth. But this is the 7th year of Country Tough Trail Versatility. We love what we're doing, and I adore it. And we've got so many people coming to it this year. I don't know if we end up with like these big old Donkey Kong things again, then I'm probably going to have to like split it somehow, and have certain classes on different days, or I might have to change the format or something, or we can just have events that are full. That's all we could do is just come, because people don't have to camp here. They can trailer in, so also that option. All right, so this right here, I think was week 16. Week 17, I'm going to be going over scoring. You're going to really want to pay attention. Bring your thinking cap, because we're going to go back to high school and do some difficult math, okay? All right, I'll see y'all next week. We are actually open this weekend. And then I have a clinic. It's the day before Easter, so it's like March 30th, and I have room in that for some people. I think I have room for 3 more people in there, and then that will be full. And then April, I don't know if it's the 12th or the 13th. Becca, do you know that clinic? Is it April 12th or 13th? I have one on that Saturday.
The 12th, I believe.
Here, we're going to make sure. That clinic is actually... It's in the ranch book. Yeah. That clinic is actually full, but you could come and camp that weekend. And that clinic, I was supposed to teach both the March one and the April one, but the April one is full, and now I'm not going to be able to teach it. I actually have Teresa Rankin going to come in and see it.
It's April 13th.
Okay, so it's Saturday, April 13th, but the facility is open then. But Teresa's going to be teaching that clinic, because I'm actually going to go and compete for a state title in martial arts. So anyways, just a lot of fun stuff going on. And then I don't know if any of y'all are going to the Midwest Horse Fair in Wisconsin, but I got booked to do 8 different 1-hour long mounted archery demonstrations. So you're getting to see all this love for country tough trail versatility, and I can't ever compete in it, and I miss competing. And so I compete in mounted archery. So that is what I'm doing at the Midwest Horse Fair this year. I have 5 1-hour long demonstrations where I'm shooting, and then 3 1-hour long lectures. So, all right, y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week. It's supposed to happen on Tuesday. It might be Wednesday. All right, see you later.